What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave. Now, I just woke up, it's here in Germany, and I woke up to the same thing most of you guys probably saw last night, to what you woke up to. And that's, of course, this ridiculous shit that's going on in France right now. We have yet another major terrorist attack going on in the world, because nothing has been done to prevent anything that's happened up until this point. I don't even know why I'm live. I understand, probably because of the time that I'm in right now, nobody's watching this, and I'm completely fine with that. At least no one's watching it live. But this is one of those situations where I just feel like I had to come on and talk for a few minutes, because I'm having a really tough time with this. I live in Germany. I live close to this. I don't know. I really do have a hard time dealing with some of these things that we see in the world at a time like this. It's frustrating. It's revolting. It's disgusting. And it goes on far too often. And nothing changes. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And the leaders of the world continue to see these atrocities, and yet nothing changes. They don't do anything to actually make a change to what's going on. Like I said, I don't really know why I'm on. I'm trying to process things in my head and trying to I don't know. I'm gripped with a lot of things. I'm angry. I'm afraid. Many different emotions, because this is terrifying. Let's go over what happened. We're talking 120. Some people are saying 150 deaths. Well over 200 people injured. This was an attack that was orchestrated with care, precision, and malice. Jesus. It happened in all over places. We haven't seen anything of this magnitude since Madrid in 2004. And those were just bombings. These are bombings and actual gunfire attacks. These are a lot different than just your normal suicide bombings and stuff that we see in the Eastern world. The Western world, we don't see things like this on our streets in major cities with this type of ferocity, with this type of death toll. This is substantial and significant on a scale that we just don't see. And it's hard to process. It really is. It's difficult to process. I'm having a hard time with it. And if you guys want to talk about it, if you need a place to talk about it, this is a place. You can call in on Skype at Dead on Day, or at David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA, or 702-751-2902 if you're watching live. If you're not, and you have something to say, go ahead and put it in the chat. Or write me on Twitter. I want to know what you guys have to think about this. That discussion is basically the only tool we seem to have nowadays. There doesn't seem to be another tool in the arsenal. What needs to be done is quite simple. Throughout history, since the dawn of time, when there has been a threat to the peace of the world, not just one country or one little nation, when there is a threat to the good of all, nations, towns, tribes, people, whatever, they unite. They unite and extinguish these uprisings, these threats to life. It's happened over and over. This is what happens. Now, is this the attack? Is this the atrocity that finally gets world leaders to realize that this is what needs to happen? Look, there's not a lot of countries, there's not a lot of world leaders that have the military might to be able to really put a dent into what ISIS, Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, many of the others that people don't even talk about. There's no way of ending them completely. Not one nation has the power to do it by themselves. But all of these nations, these strong, powerful nations, if we can get past our own petty bullshit and realize that there is a serious threat to the way that we live our lives every single day. These people were going to coffee shops, to sporting events. That's what these people were doing in France. These weren't churchgoers. These weren't people practicing their religious faith and these Islamists decided, fuck these infidels, how dare they. No, they were having coffee. They were watching sports. And this is what we see. This is what happens. It's not, they don't have a problem with our beliefs. They have a problem with us for not believing what they believe. And even if we converted, we'd still be the same infidels. It doesn't matter. These people want us gone, eradicated from the planet. And to battle that, the nations that are able to fight together, that can come together, need to do that now. This is ridiculous. Like I said, there's no way to eradicate these people. The idea of hatred and terror and all that. There's nothing that's going to eradicate it. Nothing. But I'll tell you this. With a true effort by nations, you could put them in perpetual traction. You make it damn hard to fight another day. Not impossible, but damn hard. Even if it's just a statement that this is enough. Even if it's just a statement that we're not going to continue to take this stuff, that this is the breaking point. That would be more than enough. The world needs to know that the people on this planet, the nations on this planet that can fight, will fight, because it seems like for far too long these organizations, these extremists, they see the weakness in the world and they exploit it. They do the things they do because they can. That's the problem. It's because they can. They need to start knowing that they can't. It's going to take an effort of people grouping together and putting an end to it. Plain and simple. Now, this might sound like World War III. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's because that's exactly what it is, and we've been in it for a long time. We just don't recognize it. We refuse to recognize it. That's all that's going on. It's a refusal on world leaders and our parts to recognize what's happening around us. It's disgusting. It's sad that more than 200 people's lives are effectively altered. Possibly up to 150 people's lives are effectively ended. And all of the families of those people, they're what did they die for? What did any of these people die for? Makes absolutely no sense. Perhaps I'm just too friggin' stupid. I mean, look at these damn places, man. A restaurant. 2 restaurants. Stade de France. A concert venue. A concert venue. Stormed by several gunmen. a concert venue. People trying to watch a damn show. And it was stormed by several gunmen. Not a bomb placed there, not a truck, not a cowardly goddamn suicide bomb. No, this was just as cowardly, don't get me wrong. But this is people arming up to the teeth and going in there and starting shit. It's awful. It's one of the worst things that I think I've seen in a really long time. And it scares me. Because I don't live that far from it. Tommy C doesn't live that far from it. We have kids here. So it's a little harder to deal with in my head. So that's one of the reasons why I'm here talking right now. It makes no sense. And when's it going to be enough? Is this the event that sparks change? Is this the event that sparks action? Probably not. I don't know. Like, I couldn't sit on my couch and just do nothing. This is just something I felt like I had to talk about. So I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate anybody who watches this video. Please comment if you want. That's all I got. Thanks for joining me. We'll be live later on tonight. Dead on Dave Live. We'll talk about this and wrestling. Don't worry, folks. We'll talk about your wrestling and many other things. Live tonight. Dead on Dave Live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. We'll see you then. Take it easy. I'm Dead on Dave.